Welcome to Helsingborg, Sweden. It's a beautiful evening here heading into the winter months, and locals start getting excited about Christmas. Your shopping can be done along Sweden's first ever pedestrian shopping street, Kullagatan. For your curling needs, you don't have to travel far from downtown. Just a stone's throw away from City Hall, we find the Olympia Rink, which is the host of the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. For our live coverage game this evening, it is Scotland to take on Sweden in the women's fifth round-robin game. And we will meet the teams. For Scotland, at lead, Victoria Wright. At second, we have Jennifer Dodds. Playing third, Lauren Gray. And Team Scotland is skipped by Eve Muirhead. For Team Sweden, at lead, Sofia Malbergs. At second, Agnes Nockenhauer. At third, we find Sara McManus. And Team Sweden, again, will be skipped by Anna Hasselborg. These are the other games out there this evening in the Olympia Rink. It's Czech Republic playing Russia. Estonia take on Germany. Denmark to face off against Latvia. Also, Switzerland will play Norway.
Games will begin in 1 minute. Good luck and good curling.
Scotland coming off a great win over Switzerland, and they sit on top with 4 wins, just followed by Russia, Switzerland and Sweden at 3 wins, Norway alone on 2, and then there's a bundle of teams sitting at 1 and 3, trying to move away from relegation zone. Quite a few Scottish and Swedish fans coming in for this game this evening. I'm Sander Olvag, joined by Rona Howie. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Well, there's many good games at a championship this week, but this is definitely one of the bigger ones. Not just 2 great curling teams, 2 household names, but 2 great curling nations face off.
Yeah, it's always a great battle when Scotland plays Sweden. It's a game everybody looks forward to, players and crowd.
One of the more decorated curling players of recent years, Eve Muirhead, will take on a team many believe is, if not the best, one of the best in the world. They were ranked #1 last year. Made it to both the European and World Championship finals. They are reigning champions at the Europeans. But of course, Muirhead also a 2-time winner and multiple podium finishes. Just looking to find her way, and so far with 4 wins, looking quite strong this week.
Yeah, and both Eve and Anna have played each other so many times. They've come through the junior ranks at the same time as well. So have been rivals for a long time.
Vicky Wright got us started there with the first stone. Sofia Malbergs to follow.
And straight away, Vicky sliding deep. Sweden go for the corner guard. They have last stone advantage at this first end. So good positioning, top 4.
Taking a look at the rules of play. 5 stone free guard zone, 6 ends to be played. We are definitely hoping for at least 10 here. 38 minutes of thinking time for the teams to finish those 10 ends. And there's a 1 minute timeout available to the teams as well.
Okay, this is going to move, Jen. I had one up here in practice. Possibly here, yeah. We think a wee bit more. That'll be nice, Jen. It's going to curl. Just trust that.
Okay, I'll keep it a wee bit solid.
Yep. Turn.
Clean!
Yep. Yep. Clean. Yep.
So Jennifer Dodds just going for the nose hit.
Nice.
And this is the back one. Scotland lie to.
Samma fart och spela, 9,5. Okej, spela 9,5 då.
Agnes knocking her up. Trying to get the head and roll behind cover. Just doesn't roll far enough.
Think it'll do something similar for the centre line? Okay, I'll give you this now.
Tyckte deras plan gick så jävla bra.
Jag visste att det var
Norway! Wow! Vicky! 9,5. Hard, Vicky! Hard.
Trying to make this curl.
Hard!
And hits and sits on the wing.
Raka. Hur går det där tror du? Jag tror det går ganska rakt. 8.
Min gick ganska rakt när jag såg ut på vingen. Utifrån och så, ja. Ja, precis.
And 8-second takeout. Asked for by Anna. They'll draw the number 8 in the air with the finger. Swedes. I see Adine do that as well. I guess it's a Swedish thing.
It must be.
Kom ner ganska mycket.
Great double by knocking her.
Jag tror bara bröt Pebble.
Kom ner här efter hugg mest.
Ja, det kändes allt från 8.
Okay, I was positive. Yep.
Lauren Gray.
Clean. Clean. We're good.
Moving up to play third
We're good.
this season for Muirhead.
Nice throw, Lauren. Bra sweat.
Yeah, she was alternate player for Sophie Jackson at the Worlds earlier this year and ended up skipping a few games due to Sophie being injured. Sarah McManus. Nose hit.
Jag la ut det. Jag fick bara känna att jag behövde göra det. Varför?
Ja, att det var ju rakt superlirade här. Norway! No. Jen! Good.
Lauren Gray also skipped World Juniors. Played against Anna Hasselberg that year when Anna won in Flins.
Yeah, the only year Eve Muirhead missed out on at the World Juniors because she was busy playing the Olympic Games at age 19. And of course Eve Muirhead made it back to the World Juniors the year after at home in Perth and won gold again for a fourth time, and just later that calendar year picking up her first European title as well in Moscow.
Är de lite utan där,
Ja,
eller?
jag gillar den då.
I heard she had an excellent coach back then.
Hur skulle
Oh,
man
absolutely.
tänka man bara lita på och våga ta lite mindre också? Ja. Jävlar, det är fint ändå.
Yeah, but it was a great run, that Olympic
Win.
cycle for Eve.
Whoa,
gold at Europeans, gold at Worlds, and then bronze at the Olympic Games in Sochi.
Arjun. 9.5. Arjun. Good.
Good Eve.
Just hangs on in the wing.
Lauren.
Tror en 8-7 alltså. Den sista var 8-7.
Vad min det?
Ja. Nice Eve. Starting to
I'm just going
straighten
to say
that
just a
traction.
tiny little
8,5 mot slutet alltså.
Ja. Jag vill lira den raka scenen.
Okej.
Du vet.
Ja.
Både min och Sara känns som att de kommer ner lite grann. Är det inte?
Okej.
Ren! Ren!
Försiktigt!
Wow!
Ganska mycket
Bra
bak.
jobba. Det ligger snabbt.
8-3.
Mycket bra Anna.
Bra Anna.
Nose hit
Bra. 8-3.
from Helsingborg.
Ja.
Bra Anna.
Bra Anna.
I'll just throw a nice peel, I think, and I can try
Close
and get
to
a
the
wee
crowd
roll to the centre.
this evening.
Like that would be nice. That one just ran. Yeah, didn't do much out here. I think the more stones that have been up here, it's starting just to straighten up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean. Clean.
No.
Whoa.
Jen!
Hard, Jen! Hard, hard! Good.
Good Eve.
So a nose hit back. And Anna Hasselberg can virtually just about nose this and not be in to blank the end.
Ja.
Ja. Du kan ta önset med va? Bara lite till.
I have a feeling
Där.
Sophia Malbags might bail quick here on the sweep. She'll be running out of ice pretty
I
soon.
think so.
Last rock, first end.
Ren.
Sweden looking for the blank.
Bra, försiktigt Agnes.
Mycket bra.
Ren.
Now there, Sophia's off the ice, and so's the rock. A blank first end here between Sweden and Scotland. Still waiting for the fireworks.
Jättegärna.
Jag har försökt gjort det så bara kommer det upp mer och mer.
Bra omgång. Bra. Bra, bra omgång.
Jag har till och med en egen sax.
Jävlar, ja. Kolla, de maler verkligen.
Line's really good.
3, 4.
Hi, Jen. Line's perfect. Hi, Jen. Line's really good.
The
Easy, I think
second
it's okay, I
end
think it's
underway,
okay.
Scotland playing Sweden.
Good sweep, guys. Also,
Good.
First end blanked.
lite mindre gott ut här då. Lite till va? Jag tror det kommer sitta lite ut där ändå.
Bra linje! Jättefin linje nu!
Där går den!
Där går den mycket!
Håll i den lite!
Fortfarande
Bra linje! Bra linje! Måste gå! Han kan se!
Ja. Bra linje! Vi kan gå. Finito!
So the corner guard goes up again.
50
It's in a better position this time, closer to the rings.
Okay, I like it.
I like it.
Line's
No,
good.
no,
Jen!
3.
Just touch centre line, Jen. Yeah, keep it out there, Jen. Line's really good.
Don't really. Oh no, we can go for it.
Yep, you can go, you can go. Lauren! Keep going, Jen, keep going. Jen, Jen, Jen. Keep it straight, keep it straight. Okay, good, good.
Nice.
Nice shot, back.
Good pair.
Good centre line guard.
Throw it at the
And
hole
Vicky
and
guards the
throw
one
back
in
to
the forefoot.
Okay, vi vill inte frysa bara då, eller?
Ja, precis. Marginal ticka. Spela, eller spela på ticken direkt. Hack då.
Jumping over to sheet D, Denmark playing Latvia. First end here, last one for Iveta Stasa Sarsunet.
Yeah, a lot of stones back tee.
Hack. Janet. Hårt, Sara. Linje. Hårt, Sara. Fortsätt.
I think it was Matilda Halsa played a nice freeze on the yellow on the back 8, so just drawing for one here.
Yep, 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 yep.
And is it just enough? Having a look. Yep, one to Latvia.
Just good enough.
Yeah.
A 1 point lead after one end of play. No need to throw more weight than necessary.
And you've got two sweepers ready
Nice,
to
heavy.
do some work.
We're tight.
Let it come down, Jen. Line's
Wade's
fine,
good.
just to leave it.
Wade's good. We're tight.
Vicky. Easy.
Line's really good. He's really tight.
Move it. Move it. Off. It's really tight.
We're really good. We're tight.
Off, off, off. Let it stop. Let it stop. Sit. Good, Jen. Good.
Good. Well called.
sweep.
Nice.
Nice.
Have you ever gotten that question from a non-curler? Why sweep it? Why not just throw the perfect weight every time?
Nice, Jen.
Spela över Karin.
Yeah, well, you know, in mixed doubles now, a lot of the time there can be no sweeping. But most of the time people do sweep the stones, but there's sometimes they don't, and you just have to play that perfect shot. You don't have two sweepers to control it.
I think if you're
Det är bra. Let's keep it.
Agnes Knockenhauer, you'll want to bring your sweepers in for your shots. Pretty fit athletes on the ice this evening, both teams.
Yeah, worked really hard with the fitness programs.
It's not really
Looks heavy.
it's not really fixing bad shots sweeping. It's more about using it as a tool to perfect your shots every time.
Yeah, it's making the best of every shot. Not every shot's going to be perfect. So the sweepers can help with that communication of weight and just make the best of every shot played.
Obviously, you try and throw it a couple of feet shy and have the sweepers control the rest. And you have a bit more room to work with for a line. Throw it an inch too far, there's nothing you can do.
Nope, the sweepers just have to watch.
Unless you fill your pockets with salt and gravel.
I don't think the Icemen would like that.
Linje också.
Yes, 8.
Linje också, ja. 8. Bara fart nu. Grym linje. Bara det blir bra. Ja. Bra linje. Plats som något. Plats. Hänger kvar. Hänger kvar.
8-4.
14-7. Hänger kvar.
Scotland sitting back of the forefoot. Sweden just coming in on top.
Didn't really want to be deep here with last stone. Chance for Scotland to come right on top.
Yeah, ideally, they wanted Agnes to be top four, controlling that scoring zone.
Yes.
But as we've just talked about, when you're heavy, there's nothing the sweepers can do about it.
14-6, I heard from the Scottish front end. Hog to hog on that draw. It's pretty rapid, pretty quick. Nice
Hey, you
conditions.
want to be in the tee
looking really good
Line's good.
so far this week.
Line's really good.
Consistent,
Line's good. Big ol' weight.
keen, and swingy. I mean,
Gotta
Nice
be
swings
here.
on both hands.
Hard, Jen. Hard, Jen. Hard.
Okay, good sweep. Okay, Lauren.
big sweep here to bring that one in top 8.
Ja, bara så.
Gillar du skjuten?
Alltså på deras.
Skjuta vår.
So it's not in for shot, but it's in a very
I
useful
just
place
needed
for
to throw one
Scotland,
like that, sorry.
and not easy for Sweden to remove.
Jag gillar den. Alla tiden känns som jag kommer upp köp med bara någon tapp.
Det känns svårt också.
Jag tänker bara någon sån i så fall.
Det känns som att jag kan vara close på att göra en bra
Jag gillar den.
fast.
Jag gillar den. Vill du spela samma hand?
Ja.
Sarah's saying she can't see the whole stone from the hack, so we're going for the raise on the centre guard.
Japp.
Nära.
Japp. Hårt. Hårt. Jävligt.
They're on this early.
Hårt. Fortsätt.
Oh,
Okej.
just caught it the wrong way. Jams all of them in the house
Det är bra Sara.
and leaves Scotland lying shot on the button.
Jävligt. Hårt. Hårt. Fortsätt. Okej.
And not what was intended.
Like in the hit. I thought guard.
Scotland in a really good position now to try and force or even steal at this second end.
As long as we cover this side.
Yeah. Yeah, cover.
Yeah. 4 feet off.
Yeah. Great handle.
Tight. Line's good. Just tight, Jen.
Keep it out there, Jen.
Halfway tight. Hard, Jen.
Keep it out
Tight.
there, Jen.
Okay, wall if we're
Line's
tight.
good.
Halfway tight. Yep. Vicky. Hard. Hard.
And a pull it across to the centre.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Good, Lauren.
Well swept. Really nice one.
Perfect.
It's good line.
So a good guard there from Lauren.
There's a hole there.
Well, it's always jamming. So. Good line, Polly.
There's Wayne Middaugh, coach of Sweden, the 3-time world champion for Canada.
Jag gillar den.
Seems to be a good fit
Nej, den.
with the team. He's been there, done that, knows exactly what the athletes are going through, and he's always got some good input for the timeouts as well.
Min första var hålet.
And Nancy Smith, team coach
Hur menar du hålet, Agnes?
for Eve Muirhead.
Den var rulla ner, det är du med.
A new combination this year. He's been working with Glenn Howard the last couple of years. Brought in Nancy Smith this season. Nancy worked with Eve back in the Vancouver Olympics in 2010.
Bra linje. Bra linje. Bak 10. Okej, bara fart. Bak 10. Inte dött. Vad säger ni? Bak 10. Aldrig av.
So Sarah McManus
Nej, aldrig.
Halvsten.
Vad menar du, Agnes?
just wants to freeze it on the side of this.
Nej, det kan inte. Du kan aldrig. Det kan inte.
Ah, lovely shot.
Bra.
Härligt, bra led. 14-4.
Bra, det är Sara.
Bra.
Det andra ganska bra.
Okay, so we can't even talk.
Very good.
So 4 feet off draws up. There's 14 and we want like a 14 and a half.
Okay, just weld that.
Yep.
We are better slightly shorter side.
Yep.
Than being 4 feet off and draw shot.
Okay.
It's a bit faster than what it was like. Yeah, I got 14-3 on that. And
Yeah. Somewhere around a 14 and a half would be nice.
yeah, they kind of swept like a 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Six.
Okay, line
6-7. Felt heavy. Felt
Green
heavy.
lights.
Sex.
show that
Okay.
the stone was released before the hog line.
Guys. Whoa, Vicky. Well, line's good. Line's good.
Yeah.
Line's good.
Fine.
Line's good, guys. Hard! Hard, right to the face. Line's perfect. Drag it, Jen. Perfect sweep, really good.
14-7.
Certainly closing down the scoring area
Really good, Eve.
for Sweden here.
That was like a
Really nice weight.
when it was a minute we heard line's good, we're like right. Nu så ser det ju.
Vad händer om man skjuter den? Vad händer om man skulle skjuta den? Då måste de ju... Då kanske jag får någonting här ändå.
Ja. Alltså skjuta på den här.
Eller är det ännu bättre att skjuta den andra?
Jag tänker att jag vill öppna här för att öppna... Jag tänker den.
Försök sticka den där.
Försök sticka den på sexan.
Jag gillar det.
Alltså
Vi
skjuta den mot
måste röra
den.
om det hur som.
Ja, man vill ju nästan... Ja, precis.
Alltså jag gillar det, för även om vi bara även om bara bränner den får vi upp den sidan lite i alla fall.
Ja, exakt.
Ja.
Precis, få iväg så vi i alla fall...
Jag tror att det curlar den ganska okej här, ja.
Looking to run this guard right back
Curlade ju mer här när du spelade.
for a couple of reasons. One, to open up that in-turn path,
Gillar du det där?
but also just to open up the
Jag fick
forefoot.
inte riktigt iväg min här så det kom ju curl på min...
Ja, hellre high
They're going to
side
try
och
and
låta den gå
stick it right
över.
onto the redstone top four.
Tror du att den här kommer gå då?
Yeah, they want to try and catch that
Alltså jag fick ju inte
red
iväg
at the top of
mig,
the
men
four
alltså, det var
to
ju
the
väldigt
right
bra.
of the red as we looked at it
Försök
there.
att ta lite till.
So we split off the yellow onto red.
Vill du lira den?
Ja, men lika som clearingen, sista.
De
Ja,
har
bra.
6,5.
Ja, alltså lite lösare med sammansättning.
Ja.
7, va?
Ja.
Tror du? Ja, jag råder med
But
lite.
as you say,
Är det där Klaus kanske? Är det bra?
main priority, open things up. Give yourself a chance with your last stone.
Yeah, they know they'll be removing one of their own yellows here. But just open up that forefoot and have a chance to score. Not an easy shot here. It's too thin. Let's open it up just a wee bit though. There's a port.
Bra lead. 7-2.
Bra spel, det är ingenting där. Jag gillar hur du
Ja, jag
spelar.
med. Ja, ja. Okay, so I gave
You
you...
can see that hole
there.
For that guard.
is open. Sweden could come down and peel the shots though for Scotland. So I think that hole's going to be plugged with Muirhead's
Yes, we have
last
slightly
rock
slower
here.
path when it starts to curl, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that. She's got that red anywhere for 1. So I think if we just guard that. Yep.
Yep, I like that.
Vill vi...
Alltså, det finns ju inte riktigt någon jättefarlig träff ändå om jag skulle skicka cornern.
Jo.
Heading slightly further up with this guard. That it's the yellow that could be run in. So if you can do a 2-for-1 here, and make that raise difficult as well.
Just halfway. Easy, easy, Jen.
Halfway. Where?
Halfway.
Whoa.
No, Jen.
Easy.
Line's good.
Vicky.
Halfway.
Vicky. Vicky. Yep.
Hard,
curl.
Vicky! Whoa, easy,
You're
easy!
good, Vic. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, you're good. You're good. Stop, 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 stop. Good.
Well, plugs the hole.
Good, nice way.
Samma.
Bra swept.
Gula, ja. Jag
So
gillar
the
satsningen förra.
only shot left for Sweden
Tror du, Kamkan?
is the raise on the yellow.
Any risk here?
Borde gå likadant där då. Ja.
Now, if they're unlucky to put it onto the red onto yellow,
Går likadant
the
där.
likelihood is that the back red would still spin out. So, give up a 1 is fine. You don't want to give up 2, but it's highly unlikely they would.
I think there's a small chance if you almost catch the pocket of those 2 on the button. But yeah, you'd have to be very unlucky. Again, no easy task here for Anna Helsingborg. Run the guard in, last stone, second in. And that's exactly what I was afraid what was going to happen. Caught the pocket and will give up a steal of 2. We said you'd be unlucky to do that, but it was definitely always there.
Yeah,
And a
caught it
steal.
too thick.
Steal of 2.
Det där var taskigt träff. Det är lugnt. This is the path that hasn't been played.
Yeah. So I would, yeah.
Line's good. Line's good. Not curling yet. Yeah, it's hanging right now. It is good now. It's curling now.
Two 0 Scotland leads Sweden.
Fully in if you can.
Hannah Hasselborg
Good, Vic.
with
Perfect.
a risky shot in the second end. Scotland were lying 1, and after Hasselborg's last stone, they were lying 2. So Sweden again with hammer will try and get something going.
Ta tag just nu.
De är ganska bra ändå. Var försiktiga.
Bättre linjen förra gången. Bra för det.
Nice tap.
Ja.
Switzerland is playing Norway. We had a blank first end, but now Alina Petz with a chance to score.
Yep, Norway line 1, but it's fairly open
Line's good.
for Pats to get a nose hit for 2.
We're good. Oh, easy. Just let it go down. Line's real good.
And no problem.
Yep, a little Jen, a little. Okay, good.
Switzerland take their 2.
And that is the score. 2-0 after 2 ends of play. Very much like our game.
The only difference is Switzerland took their 2 with a hammer. Scotland stole their 2.
Bra linje! T-line! Kom igen lite! Okej, plats! Topp 10! Plats!
Mycket rakare.
Den försöker nu!
Agga nu!
Nu går den!
Topp 4 bara.
Det är bara eka den då.
När du kan.
Ska det gå lite?
Den här är nästan nedanför då.
Japp!
Det är bra. Bra snack här.
36. Bra Fia.
So a good come around there from Sophia Marberg.
Okay, so just a couple feet on for the
I would say 2 feet, but Jane, I think it's good.
Keep it positive.
Yeah.
Scotland in a good set-up position from Vicky Wright in the 4-foot and 12-foot. Can get the centre line guard on now.
Vicky! Halfway tight.
Halfway tight.
Vic, just Vicky. Halfway tight. Vicky!
Coming down halfway.
Whoa! Off!
Taking a look over Czech Republic playing Russia. The Czechs are trailing by 2.
And a great double takeout from Kovaleva. Leaves Russia lying at least 3. Close to 4 for a measure. Anna Kubitskova has to draw the 4-foot. This is hanging for line. Needs to come off the top yellow to get into the 4-foot. Does, and it's perfect. Right to the button.
So 1 point for Czech Republic, and Russia leads that game 2-1. Estonia also playing Germany. The Germans up by 1. Maria Thurman with the last draw here.
And she has an opportunity to score 2. Past the guard. Is it going to catch? Doesn't. It goes past everything. So a steal of 1 for Germany.
That increases their lead to 2-0 after 2 ends of play.
10.5. I like that ice. So it's just gradual, Jen. 10.
Clean! Whoa! Clean, yep! Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! Yep, yep, that's one! Whoa! No, nothing, nothing, no one.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Let's start. Keep getting in the cameraman's way.
Ja. Samma sten! 11-6 på förra. Ja. Dra lite mer nu.
That one just rolled over enough for Sweden to get access to the shot on the forefoot. Really nice. And Agnes knocking her. Controlled weight.
I couldn't see the line. 12.
Here's all the scores. Russia up 1 on Czech Republic. Germany 2 up on Estonia. Denmark with a 2-1 lead over Latvia. And Switzerland 2 up on Norway.
11.5.
Nope.
You gotta go, Juvek. Hard, Vicky!
So trying to make this girl.
Hard, Vicky! Hard, Vic!
And just nicks it. Sweden high 2.
Skulle kunna gå från den här handen också. Gillar det? Känns lättare där. Jag bara, de har ändå den. Är lite kort här så det...
Ja, okej. Får vi lite mer här eller?
So initially we're going to come round on the out turn, but they know that
Yeah, because we're
the
just
shot
like
for Scotland's a hit and roll. I'm trying to come around this side and block the hit and roll.
Oh, maybe that was last one.
Bra linje!
Gå på den där, gå på den.
Håll igång! Jättefin linje, gå rakt just nu!
Den går väldigt rakt, gå för fart!
Lotta! Grym linje!
Gå för fart!
Grym linje!
Se om du kan!
Ja! Den är bakom! Grym linje! Fullt håll! Fullt håll!
This one pulling really fast.
Gå, Agnes!
Light of weight as well. So it does block the inside roll.
Det är bra. Bra försök Sara.
Ja, den är.
Well, maybe it doesn't when you see that angle.
You don't want to underestimate Lauren Gray.
Okay.
Okay, be ready to sweep this. This is going to come.
Yeah, what weight are you playing?
11. Okay.
Of course, over curling here and nicking the top yellow. Not a great result.
Just by playing that down, controlled weight, you get more of a swing at the end. Try and get to the inside.
Vicky! Vicky! Vicky!
Quite a lot of rotation on this.
Whoa! Whoa! Jane! Jane! Hard, Jane! You gotta go hard!
Really well played. Tough to get much of an inside roll there.
Great shot, Lauren. Absolute peach.
Really nice. Well called. I swear to God that out turn, I'm actually going to lose my shit if I miss again.
Alltså jag gillar att vicka med clearing.
Some Scottish fans in the stands.
Jag bara funderar på om man vill säkra kvar den ifall den inte skulle gå rakt ner.
Vi spelar en 8 då.
Nej, jag tänkte ändå lösa det. Jag funderar på 11.
Brian McCartney, president of Scottish
Men det
Curling.
gör ju ingenting.
over to support the
Alltså
teams.
så länge den inte går mot oddskåpen så ligger den fortfarande bättre.
Vad är målet med slaget, Anna?
Att få bort den här, men jag är inte säker på att vi får en rak spinn. Kom ner och titta på den så förstår ni.
Looking at the angles on these top two rocks.
Jag tror du spelar clearing.
Det enda var
Trappa med clearing. Då låser vi i alla fall upp staggan.
Ja precis, jag bara för man kan, om man lika gärna bara spelar en normal, eller liksom en
Är det
någonting
inte
lösare.
4 vi vill?
Då kommer den här sitta här om vi ska lösa det.
Ja exakt.
Ja.
Och då har vi,
Och den här bara stannar här då.
ja exakt, men den ligger fortfarande bättre.
Ja. Men den blockar ändå någonting då.
Den här ettan
Gillar
sitter
inte
ju
riktigt
inte
det.
ner.
Jag gillar hellre att bränna de här två alltså. Ja. Och då får de runda där.
Då får de runda här, jag gillar inte alls det.
Nej men om vi vickar så. Exakt.
Ja, och den här går bara över.
Tror du att du gör det då på en clearing?
Ja, för fan, ja det tror jag.
Ja.
Men därför tycker jag, varför kan vi inte spela någonting lösare så om de inte sätter vicken så har vi en dubbel för ligga 2. Ja. Jag gillar verkligen att spela
de har inte en
lösare.
tapp för att ligga 3 då liksom.
Vad sa du? De kommer ju...
Vi behöver
Bestäm dig om att spela det.
11 eller?
11!
Trying to figure out what weight to play at this.
Så se till att behålla båda då. Ja.
I see Sweden's spent a bit of time already here.
Vi hade lite kval här i första på 9. Verkligen.
So depending on where you hit this yellow, it's obviously going to redirect off the red, and then the question is how much towards the bumper will it spin? I don't think it's going to spin directly onto the red, so that's why they're playing a softer weight to make sure they don't kill that yellow. And keep everything in play.
The red will also move across.
I think that works pretty well.
I'm also concerned about the other red that came across, that it wouldn't come in to outcount their yellow on the side, which it just didn't.
Yeah, Anna seemed to think that wouldn't happen, and I guess they've read this one pretty well.
Yeah, it was a nice controlled weight to play at it.
I don't think they could have hoped for much more with that shot.
You come round top 8, top 4?
That was my first thought, but like if we don't play that, what do we? It's the only
What was
move
the
from
other?
line 2.
What was your other
The
thought?
other option I thought was that, to kill this, but
Yeah.
Like you would only ever sort of roll
know.
to here, but that's okay. To get to kill something because
They
we're
need
two
to
but then
up.
we're just going to lose a 2.
Yeah.
Basically doing that. So if we go
Whereas
top
this
4,
is
we're
going
not.
for
Well,
force.
let's see, if we did this and just rolled to there, what are they going to do? They need to make a play on this.
And then we're probably going to have a double.
Like, they need to play something
They
here,
need to
and
play
they're always
something
going to be
here.
rolling out of the way unless you
And
do
then
something
we-
skinny on this, and you're going to have a double.
And then we've probably got that, even if they do go to here.
Should you guys like that?
I'm thinking maybe
don't
because
mind
we're
it. I
two
don't
up,
mind
maybe
it,
that's
yeah.
a good shout.
I think, what if we go here though? We go
So
there,
if we
what
go
do they
here,
do?
they've got to play a back
What do
line,
they do?
chip and roll, probably still got a double here as well.
Yeah. We go fully buried here, what do they do?
There, I feel like they might be going for something like this,
That's
which
okay,
is okay,
that's
yeah.
because they're not making them. Okay, that was a good talk through. Yeah.
You're at 14.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's a sensible discussion in that you want to leave your opposition the harder shot. So right now it's very tempting for Scotland to raise the red onto yellow
Just touch.
and cut down options for Sweden. But it's also, if you
Give
come
me an inch
around,
more,
you make it a
Lauren.
lot harder for Sweden, and that's what they need to do.
This 3.
It's a tempting shot. Make that slash, roll the shooter in behind cover, or
Exakt, men att
towards
göra
those
dubbeln åt det hållet.
frozen rocks. But it's a
Eller
much
typ
tougher
trycka
shot.
så här spelar.
This would just be an easier way of getting in behind the guard and
Absolutely.
leaving something tough for Sweden.
You play the easier shot, leave your opposition the harder one.
Yes, line.
Just wait!
6. Line's good. Touching 4.
Yes!
Line. 6, 5.
This one's starting to dig.
Hard
Have they lost the line here?
Oh,
They lost the weight.
yeah, short of weight.
14-7. Yeah.
Okay,
It's a little bit
no, I just strunta i dem här.
Not the greatest angle on those two for Sweden. Hard to keep both yellows in play
Men de kommer ju inte dra.
without leaving an easy double.
Eller? Om de
Yeah, it's whether you catch the inside to get a better roll from your shooter and perhaps lose the back one.
för 4
Det
kanske.
ger ju en inget val att för att
Because if you roll off the left-hand side, you're leaving Scotland the hit and roll.
Dra ändå.
Vi kan inte spela 11, den sitter kvar då. Någon 11 chapp.
Vad sa du?
Har vi någon 11 chapp?
Vilken 10,5? 10,5.
Spara båda.
Jag tror att den här spinner och blir sämre än 4, annars ska det spela så hårt.
Utvicken då.
Ja, utvicken. Jag vill också det. Ja. Nära, var lite high on chapp då.
Ja, absolut. Där.
Ja, 10.
Vilka in då? Ett 10.
Det där är bra.
Sitter vi där ligger vi
Ja.
10.
Var lite high on chapp då.
Ja. Nice att ligga så och spela en tid. Vilken fart?
10.
Ja. Jag var 11. Bra spår.
Bra spår, ja,
bra.
Ren. 10. Wow.
Leo.
10. Wow.
Bra fart.
Nej, nej,
Helt
nej.
upp.
10-0.
Helt upp.
10-0.
Nära.
Nej, nej, nej. Nej, nej, nej. Ingenting, ingenting.
Bra.
Pretty good there.
Yeah, it was really the best they could do. They do lie too, but it leaves this hit and roll for Scotland.
They have a lot to roll to as well.
We've got a long way to roll to, but then we can't roll out. That's
And it is only reds in the centre. Sweden would
Okej, 10.
Yep.
be raising in.
Oj, verkligen.
Okay, clean.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Close. No.
Whoa.
Close.
Jen! 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 Hard, Jen!
Trying to get the roll.
Okay.
Just on the nose.
Got 10. Weight was good.
Gillar du där?
Ja.
Våran var 9-4.
Det här är samma giss som hade. Vi hade så.
Ja, exakt.
I had a lot to roll to, but at the same time, you definitely didn't want to roll out of play there,
Chappen räcker.
bringing the other yellows into scoring.
Samma fart, eller?
Lite läsare.
Ja.
Ni sa 9-4.
Ja, 9-4.
Så lite upp, så lite läsare va? Kickade löst ändå tycker jag.
Absolut. Vi sa ju till och med 10,5.
Ja, exakt. Så ni kan hålla den riktigt bra.
Ja, tror jag också. Sätter dit den här.
Tänker vi ska vicka bakom garden typ.
Ja.
Playing for a tiny roll in here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Last stone, third end, right off of this one. This one needs to curl. Needs to curl to get there for the 2. And I think it's good.
Just.
Deuce on the board for Sweden. Ties this game up after 3 ends.
Bra. Vicka ut lite hårdare, försök att upp den lite. Bra omgång.
Jag kan ta den här, ja.
Härligt, nice att vara tillbaka med 2 direkt.
Jag sa hake.
Kalla mycket.
Hake nära. Hake.
Hake.
Upp, se längre ut för mig och
Hake.
hörnar.
Hake. Ligga hake.
Bara sitta.
Fia. Förlåt, lite.
Centre guard by Sweden, just over curls a bit. Tied game here. Vicky Wright, lead for Scotland.
Line's good.
So now it's her turn to put up the corners.
Really good. Line's good. Go, Lauren. Go, Lauren, go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, 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 go. That's good. Okay. Good swap. Sorry, that's it.
Bra linje. Bra linje.
Bra fart.
Ha plats, men bra linje. Där går det.
Fyra.
Ja.
Linje.
Linje.
Ja.
Linje.
Upp. Du är bara nära.
Gå, 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 gå. Gå, gå, gå. Ja, fortsätt, 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 fortsätt. Ticka, ticka. Satan, satan.
Gick jag 65?
14-2.
Jävlar, det var så. Ja. Okej. Okay, just 12 foot.
Vicky Wright
Just 12 foot.
coming round corner guard.
Easy, Lauren. It looks okay, Lauren.
Top 8.
No, 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 no.
Top
Let it
12.
stop. Let it stop. It's
Top 12.
Top
eight.
good.
At your feet.
No,
Okay. At your feet.
no, nothing, nothing. Don't touch it. 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 Good. Good. Rest it. Sorry.
So with that guard being fairly high, it allows Sweden a chance to come around.
Säker. Ren. Säker.
Säker.
Ja. 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 Ren. Ren. Säker. Ren.
Dennis. Bra. 10-3.
Get the nose hit.
11. 11.
Okay, I think this will be
What do
gradual.
you think of the draw? What do you think of the draw?
I don't mind this when you flop inside and flop around.
Okay.
I like this too.
So hers didn't go crazy in
No,
here.
it moves really nice.
Okay.
And Jennifer Dodds will just
11.
follow Agnes Knockenhauer's.
No, Vicky.
10.5.
No, Lauren. Hard, Lauren. Hard.
Excellent.
He's on it. Go, 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 go. Good.
Nice shot. Well set, guys.
Nice, Jen.
Hits on the nose as well. Some really good numbers from both these front ends. Just rolls out. So now Scotland can try and get behind the cover, but they know that the corner guard is too long to bury behind. So we're going to use the centre cover.
Sophia's is 14.
Lauren, just take Vicky.
No, it's okay. No, it's all good. Okay, I'll just let her know.
Whoa.
Knitted.
9 at the moment.
No, we're okay.
Looks absolutely fine. Vicky, just Vicky. Easy. No, 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 it's fine. It's fine.
Hurl if you can. Hard! Hard! Good. Nice.
Nice draw by Jennifer Dodds as we move on over to Czech Republic, Russia.
Alina Kovaleva.
Nej, 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 nej,
A
nej!
nose hit here.
Nej! Wow, wow, wow!
Plays it perfectly, and it's a score of 2.
Russia leads it 4-1.
Yeah, that's a touch.
We saw Sara McManus make the
Oh yeah,
run back for Sweden. Just picks out that draw from Jennifer Jods. We'll see Switzerland and Norway as well tied in the 4th end.
And Elena Pats also with a nose hit for 2.
Line! Look away! Line's good! Line! Line's good! Line! You gotta go for line!
Trying to make it curl.
You gotta go!
And plays it perfectly, misses the back one. So Switzerland score 2.
A 4-2 lead for the Swiss over Norway after 4 ends played. Lost to Scotland earlier today, the Swiss, after what can only be described as a roller coaster of a curling game. Fun though. Determined on the last though.
Laura Gray's draw came up short. Sara McManus trying to come around. Passing the guard by a fair bit. Trying to pull it in to bury it. But it's wide open.
Yeah, back line.
So a good chance
Jag tror det är exakt det vi måste göra. Men ta min bil så bara.
now for Lauren Gray to get to the inside of this. Get a wee flop in behind the cover. A lot of rotation in Lauren's interns. Hold it straight up.
Still over curling.
Yeah, I think it was tight of line the whole way.
Ska vi gå runt igen? Jag tror det, på den här sidan.
Ska vi dra där? Ja, eller dra på en till. Ja. Det känns inte som man kommer om någon kommer runt. Jag gillar en 70 på Anna. Så, ja, även fast det känns som att även fast vi har gått så känns det som att den kommer att
Scotland have got last stone. The draw to the forefoot on the other side on the out turn is still there.
Alltså, hon kickade ju 65. Hon tyckte hon hade den för rakt. Men jag tror det måste ligga där ute lite i alla fall.
Ja, jag tror att vi är okej nu. Alltså, jag tror inte att det är ett okej spår. Jag tror att vi är okej i linje. Jag tror inte att det kommer dyka.
För fartmässigt tror jag att du ska kicka en 70 ändå. Så.
Ja. Så samma som de tröga har varit, eller?
Ja, exakt.
See if they get enough finish here. Don't want to stay open and leave a double.
Originalkort.
Ja, det är bra.
Olympic champions,
Det ser jättehård ut! Vart är vi?
the Swedes, and Pyeongchang last year.
Han är det! Nej, det är ingen fara, ingen fara. Jag ser det.
This one just heavy. Thinking it was going to be a bit slower down this path, but we've seen a few draws here now and maybe just keened up a bit.
Ja, vad hade ni?
Jag fick ingenting. 12-2.
Yeah, Sarah McManus came down that side, and the sweepers would have had got a time on that one. Just overplayed there by Anna.
Half's pretty close to go over the top. You want to get it this side, Eve? Yep. Okay.
Trying to go for this lash here.
Yeah, not really any way into the forfeit for your head, and if you came in there, Sweden would be able to run the centre guard back. So, want to remove that yellow counter from the 8 foot, but also maybe open it up a bit, make sure you can score.
Close, close, oh, close, close, oh, yep, oh, yep, yep.
Close. Right in between.
Okay.
the two options that they had, and the yellow sticks around.
Does remove the guard though, opens up the drawing area for potentially Eve's last stone.
För nu har vi ju riktigt långt ut och där är det otroligt. Men typ en 10 här kanske? Ja. Jag tror att det är det bra.
Det där är vad du hade, Fia.
Ja. Så mitt emellan är hit också, eller? Haken är bra.
Haken är bra.
Ja.
Throwing the guard back on.
Det är iväg, men jag tror det är stenen mest. Bajta lite, det är perfekt. Ja, det är lite mindre på mig så ser det.
Just putting a guard in a place where the draw becomes pretty much impossible for Eve. She might have to come off the yellow rock on the winger. And see the hog timer here. Should be 15 seconds or more for a guard here. 15-4. That's pretty good. Maybe overcurls a tad. Not sure if there's a port here now for Scotland. Or just even come around their own red on the
Yeah, I think you're always going to go over curling
outside.
It's going to be really tight past that.
She made a similar draw against Switzerland earlier today. That was on the in turn. Hanging on the corner all the way down. Just got off of it and came in there to score 3 and put them en route for a win. It looks really hard from the hack, but it's probably there.
When you come off the high one, you've still got a bit of room, but as you say, you've just got to
I think that'll be close.
scrape past that high one.
Yeah, just have to trust the ice read, put the broom down, throw it normal, and just hope it's going to curl off the corner. Easy to look at that corner guard and throw them a bit soft, and then you roll over the centre guard.
You don't want to have to sweep it for weight.
This is looking a bit tight already. Can they save this one? Dodds right, trying. Not on the corner, but on the centre guard. Tries to spin it in, but will not spin far enough. It's a steal of 1 for Sweden. So Sweden, they steal a point back here, and they'll be up 3-2 on Scotland after 4 ends played.
För min, ja, jag la ju liksom ut min, för vi sa ju vi bara, men vi spelar den utåt liksom.
För den betedde sig så som Hanna gjorde förra.
Exakt.
Bra. Fortsätt till lite snabb.
Du kan gå ändå en lite lugnt.
Fifth end of this game, Scotland, Sweden. We're here in Helsingborg, in Sweden, for the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. I'm Sandra Rovang, joined by Rona Howie. Close fought game so far.
Just wait!
Yeah, it certainly is.
Roll there for weight.
Line's really
Weight's in
good.
top floor.
Line's perfect.
Line only just now.
Just a couple of errors from both sides.
Easy, we're good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think now it's starting to do, remember, like you said. Yeah, I think it's starting to curl even more now.
All tied. And then Sweden get the steal. So now roles reversed. Scotland need to get up some cover, try and get a 2 back.
We'll see this tactic though quite often from teams that they'll come around the centre guard playing away in the odd ends, keeping the blank in mind, always wanting to control scoring in the even ends.
I think we need to go in.
What's the thinking there?
Yeah, because in the second half of the game, you've got 3 even ends and only 2 odd ends. So if you can score in those even ends, you're controlling that game at the end of the 10 ends.
Big advantage.
Okay, Jane. Whoa. Clean. Whoa, Lauren. No roll.
Great 2 shots from Vicky right here. They'll take their 2 if they can get it for free, Scotland, but I don't think they'll mind a blank here. Forcing Sweden to run their guard back here. Needing to be precise. And Agnes Knockenhauer is very precise. Absolutely perfect shot. Makes the double. Leaves the guard and a yellow on the wing.
So accurate with these up-weight shots. A huge weapon to have in your team.
Now it becomes about keeping the shooter in play for both teams. If Scotland rolls out here, Sweden gets a chance to roll, or draw rather, around the centre guard. And if Sweden rolls out, Scotland can remove the guard and will get their blank most likely.
Yeah, it's just a game of cat and mouse now.
Of course, Sweden will need to try and find some cover. Try and make that roll in behind. Force an error. Pretty long centre guard as well.
Yep, as we've seen already, the guards need to be closer to the rings to be effective.
No, just nose.
Taking a look at Switzerland, Norway. Norwegians trailing by 2. And Kristin Skåflin with last rock here.
Facing 2 Swiss counters. And to play a tap back. Could have gone for the draw, but going for the tap back on the nose to score 1. And no problem. Score of 1.
Yeah, still within reach here, Norway. Switzerland with the 1-point lead as those teams head into halftime. Czech Republic, Russia. The Russians up by 3. Anna Kobeshkova with last rock here.
Also looking for a nose hit. No sweeping so far. And no problem. A score of 1 for Czech Republic.
1 indeed. Russia will be up 4-3. And that's after 4 ends of play. Sara McManus almost running out of ice here. Ooh, and that's going to blow right past. And actually comes off their own back. Seemed like Helsingborg had forgotten about that rock, and it actually rolls in.
Not the best result though.
Interesting.
11.
Nose! Okay. 9.5, no, 10.5.
Rakt, men jag trodde att den skulle träffa. Jag trodde inte du skulle flasha på släpp. Nej. Backa hela vägen. Ja, precis.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. 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 Go.
Just rolls out, wanted to keep that on the nose. So it now gives Sweden a chance to clear this again. Passes the guard, but it continues to curl.
It's a good footwork there. Well, first call was peeling the guard. Figured it'd be just as easy to just draw into the house.
Borde vara helt okej spår. Ja. Med om den sitter när den kommer över det här.
Helt okej att komma ner, de kommer inte frysa så det försvårar deras tryck.
Ja.
And also good for Sweden here to have a fairly quick end with not too much thinking time used up, because they have had quite a lot of discussions in the first few ends.
Get the hog to hog here, coming into the house. Probably looking for around 14.5 maybe. This one's a bit there on its own, 14.1.
And perfect tee weight.
Vilken är den översta stenen där?
7.
Hon har kollat jättemycket på den 2 gånger.
Okay. Långfist next round. Okay.
Det var en rejäl dålig backning.
Sorry. That should just move quite nicely.
I think it's pretty gradual.
Clean. 10.5. Clean. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Good, good, good. Nice.
Goodie. 10-8.
Åka inifrån. Hon lirar ändå bara 8 år.
10 mot 10 halv. Kommer ni ihåg vad Saras första var?
Vad sa du?
Kommer ni ihåg vad Saras första var?
Ja, 10-2. Du vickade ut den eller? Ja.
Trying to get the roll there. We'll just sit in the open, so a chance for using your head to blank the end. That was always an option for Scotland from the very start here.
Give it a tiny bit more. Yep.
Yep, going to the 5th end break.
Precis, alltså, för det här är ju den som jag sa att
One
det är
down
där
with the hammer.
Easy. Yes. Clean. Clean. Yes. Clean. 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 Good.
We'll peel the yellow and run, so blank end here in the 5th. Both teams will head off the ice for a short 5th end break, and they'll be back in just a few moments. 3-2 to score in favour of Sweden.
Mata några omgångar till med snabbspel.
That's like all gone.
Don't worry. Not if I did.
Yeah. I just need a second to just slide it.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Taking a look back at the first 5 ends here, Scotland, Sweden. Second end. And Helsingborg lying 1 against, looking to run the corner guard back to score. But a bit unlucky and ends up giving up 2 instead. Not the greatest start for Sweden. In the third with the hammer though. Will get the open head to score 2. Can't roll out here. Does just curl enough. Scores to deuce, ties the game. In the fourth. Even Muirhead having to navigate past a tight gap with the draw, but over curls and crashes on the center guard. Sweden steals 1, and they're ahead. Denmark, Latvia. Denmark with last stone. Facing a couple of Latvian counters. Matilda Halse.
It's top of the button, so difficult to move. Ah, left Latvia lying 1.
So a steal there for Team Latvia. And that ties the game, 3 each, as they move into halftime as well.
Go for 1 in this end, okay?
Yeah.
But let's try and get 2 more.
Yeah.
What else can we do better in this game? What else can we be sharper on?
Sharp up and full size to me, maybe.
Full side to me.
Yeah.
I think as well, just we kind of had, we kind of just chatted that and starting to like what you were saying, like as the game goes on, it's looking like it's starting to move.
Okay, exactly. So let me get a wee bit more curl and believe in there. We can carve it in with which end or whatever we need to do.
Thank you. Momentum's coming your way.
Yeah.
Right, things are going your way. So just keep making them make shots.
Yeah.
Especially Dodds and Gray. Middle end, exactly what we said in our pregame check-in is happening.
Yeah.
So
we trusted that it would still be heavy on mine. And then and then it happened what I said that I was scared of doing.
every rock gets a bit faster.
I kicked the exact speed we said, and then it just
Yeah, it doesn't come off till it starts, and then when it starts to speed come off, it just goes straight sideways.
Taking a look at all the scores, we see Russia leading Czech Republic 4-2. Germany 4-0 on Estonia. It's a tied game between Denmark and Latvia, and Switzerland up 4-3 on Norway. As we take a look at the stats, 78% for Scotland overall, 76% for Sweden. A fairly tight affair, and it shows on the scoreboard as well, just the 1 point separating the teams at halftime. It will be Scotland with last stone as we head back onto the ice for the 6th end. It is Sweden to get us started in the sixth end. We're here in Helsingborg, Sweden for the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. I'm Sander Olvag, joined by Rona Howie. And it's a close game so far. Expecting it to stay close for the next 5 ends.
Yep, certainly will be a close 5 ends. It'll be nip and tuck till that 10th end.
Halfway. Halfway. Curl it. Hard, Lauren. Hard!
Just looking to put up their corner here. Scotland try and get their 2.
Yeah.
So heavy with their first one, Sofia Marbergs. And this one moving as well. Just stops top button.
So, sixth end trap.
Yep.
You saw the mop there in the background. Does get a bit keener after the mops come up and down the ice. And many of Leeds have fallen into that trap over the years.
So a fairly good result there from Vicky. Next the one behind the corner. To be used later on in the end to freeze on. Agnes Knockenhauer having a very strong game today.
This one hanging a bit wide. Don't want to jam it on the back, Yellow. Doesn't. Gets away with that one. You can see Muirhead already wanting to use that rock in the back 12. Like you said, you freeze onto that one and be behind the guard. Yeah. Get protected in front and from the back. Very tough to remove for Sweden. 88% on the game for Jennifer Dodds.
Easy for line. Line's good. Back 4. Line's really good. Just here.
This is a type of shot that you'll have to play in games, and type of shots you should practice with as well. For a young curler out there, don't focus on only drawing to the tee line, the button time and time again. Just mix it up. You're going to have to play draws to the top 12, back 12. Just mix it up, and that's just a great draw there by Dodds.
Yeah, really nicely played.
I reckon she's practiced well.
Definitely. Competitive practice. Gives the consistency factor which you need.
Knockenhauer to follow down here, right on top, and gets a bit of a tap as well. Perfect. This could be messy here.
Okay.
That was just like full back 12.
Yeah, when you start playing deep in the house around the guard, it can get quite messy very quick.
I'll give you 2 and you can get the extra.
Czech Republic playing Russia. It is Helena Kovaleva with last rock here.
Back line. Back 12. Clean. Whoa. Back line. Whoa. Clean. Close. That's it.
Past the guard, no problem. Looking for yellow onto red.
Lauren, you gotta go.
And makes that. Shooter just doesn't roll in enough for second shot, but it is a score of 1 for Russia.
Good.
Well played.
So Russia leads that 5-2 after 5 ends played. Jennifer Dodds came down and tapped the yellow, just slipping off the face of it. So leaves a chance for Sara McManus to come down and make a play on that red stone.
She struggled a wee bit today with her numbers. Quite a bit lower than her tournament average.
Good shot like that will improve those stats. Sweden line 3.
Just right here.
But no huge threat
Same weight as Jen.
to Scotland here. Everything's in the open, central in the open, and all except for one stone is behind the tee line in the house. Lauren Gray's numbers also not the best. But it's really from here on in that matters. Game's wide open.
Really hard. Go.
Oh, wow.
Oops, daisy.
Well,
Nosedive for me.
Well, aren't you glad that's on camera?
I did.
Hope she's okay. Looks like she's okay.
If we could, if we can get a replay, that would be handy.
I think everyone would enjoy a replay on the big screen, to be honest.
Apart from me. Yeah,
We'll
well,
take
here
a
we
look
go.
here. So, oh, she just trips on a rock.
Forgot that one was there.
We've all been there. If you ever curled for a while, that will happen. Not sure if it really affected the play that much. Obviously, that stone might have to be replaced. But that broom that was chucked, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know if the broom touched the stone or not. If it touched the running stone.
So, trips on the yellow. Doesn't really move.
No, I think the brush landed after the stone had stopped.
Yeah, you see, yellow is moved, back, red, definitely not moved.
Yeah, it was the back stone that was moving when the brush landed.
I think, it would have just, the red would have
So-
just gone a wee bit.
Yeah.
Are you happy with this?
Yeah, I think I'm happy with it.
It's your decision, so
Yeah, no,
you
I'm
can do what you want. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be on
That last comment from Eve is
so
correct.
hilarious.
So, in a situation like that, it is the opposition, Skip, to make the call, and I think they're able to come to an agreement there without any drama. Some amusement, though.
Yeah, because he's okay. She didn't hurt herself. But yeah, if the brush had landed on the stone while it was still moving, that would have been a different story. But thankfully the stones had stopped.
Typical that happens during a TV game, and especially when you're having to replay it 5 or 6 times to
See
figure out
stone
where the
position.
stones should be lying, yeah. And McManus racks on the guard here.
Ah, mistake there.
What if we go open side? Right on top of it, I don't mind.
Like that. Yep.
So a great chance now for Scotland to come in,
Yep.
lie to.
13.5 to 14. Yeah. Yeah, I like that ice. Is that max for me?
Do you think less for me, or are you happy?
You need to be on this side of the stone. So I like
Just a dead freeze.
Yep.
Do you like less?
I don't think any less.
I think
I
I
hear
like
less.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Hard! Weight only!
Looking to lock this on.
Hey, whoa, Jen.
Dawes and Wright working it hard, but this one is well shy of weight, so plan B here for Scotland, and just looking for our guard. But of course the shot stone in behind the tee line. You'd figure Sweden just come around and play that freezer themselves. And that's exactly what they'll do here. Missed opportunity by Lauren Gray. Leaving a guard there.
Yeah,
Not great.
not ideal when you've got last stone to be blocking up the centre unnecessarily.
And leaving a freeze on a stone back of tee there.
But they have to make it.
Yeah, chance to capitalise.
I think that's what's going to be the key in this game, that the odd mistake, it's who's going to capitalise and grab the chance first.
It's extra demoralising as well when your opposition capitalises on your mistake.
Anna Hasselberg, pretty low numbers today for her so far.
First 5 ends for both teams, a little bit up and down, but
has this got the weight to get there? It doesn't. Comes up short. So again, a missed opportunity.
if anything, take away the same shot for Scotland a wee bit. Still room though, could come on top again, but the yellow one's definitely in the way.
Yeah, definitely Sweden erred on the right side. Better being short than heavy. But still that chance for Eve to come right round and lie to and make it very difficult for Sweden to remove either.
Give us a little more. 13-2 is right back. He's back 8.
Yeah.
13.5. Okay,
Such a small tolerance here though.
14-7 on hers.
Yeah, so did I.
Never chip off that rock Hasselborg played. You might leave a double.
Yeah. I was going to say 14.5.
Come up a little heavy, leave a pocket.
Do you like that ice or do you want a little less? I like the ice.
You come up shy of weight, you might
I think an inch
leave
less.
a rock for
You don't
Sweden
want
to
to
come
leave a
around.
slash double.
Really just has to be perfect. Well, that's what you need to be if you're going to be the European champion.
Okay, I think we're all there.
It's good.
We're T-line!
We're T-line at the moment. We only just wait.
Down by 1 here, Scotland. Looking to set up for a multiple end.
Just wait.
Weight's looking pretty good.
Will they get the finish in here? Bit of room on the yellow. Trying to wrap it in around top 4. Pretty good spot there.
Perfect.
Hard to do much better.
Well swept, guys. Really good.
Really nice.
What did you get on it?
Yeah.
Now Sweden in a bit of trouble.
They might just have to peel that one out there and leave the same draw for 2.
But they also have to watch that they don't jam it and leave a draw for 3.
Yeah, just a thin pick, really.
Missar vi den? Jag tycker den här.
Just can't straight jam it. Can't come off the second round, just need to squeeze that first one out the side door. Big weight from Anna Hasselborg. Ooh. Pulling the sweepers off here. Is this going to catch any of the red? Oh, just enough. And just picks that clean off the top. Ooh, that's always a bit scary.
Yeah, big weight.
Yeah, you know
Sweepers were just standing back.
you know it's not going to move much. So if you throw it wide, it's not coming back. But just got the inch of curl they needed. Same draw again for Eve Muirhead. You love to play the same shot twice. Last draw, sixth end. To take the lead here for Scotland.
T-line. Line's perfect.
All down to Dodds and Wright to guide the stone into the forefoot.
Still there. Curling now. Good weight.
People seem quite happy with the weight.
Make sure, Jen. We're there. Okay. Great.
And no problem whatsoever. Right on the lid. 2 points for the Scots as they jump ahead in front once again. It is now 4-3 after 6 ends played.
Right, great shots.
Yeah, really good draws.
Okay, right back. Sorry.
Så bra länge.
Ja, det var synd att min nya jobb behövde inte gå i gallen heller.
Nej, käppen var ju bra.
A huff and a puff from Dodds and Gray to get that over the hog line.
Well, double corners it is. Double corners, double centers.
It's a 1 point lead for Scotland after scoring 2 in that 6th end.
Yep, Sweden had the chance to kill the end. Didn't take it. 2 great draws from Eve, set up the 2.
Yep, that's curl.
So with that guard being so long, easy to come around at a tap back weight and keep the shooter on the nose.
Playing this in pretty cautiously then, Scotland. Only have that really long guard, it's almost not in play. If Sweden wants to blank here, they're getting a pretty easy chance at it.
I didn't get time on it.
Good weight.
Doesn't seem like Sweden will be attempting anything too fancy.
Nice shot.
This one hanging wide for Malbags. Will he curl enough? No, just going to chip that further in behind the guard. Big mistake. And just like that, at the end, changes quite drastically.
Let's make sure we're quite tight, Jen. If we can even bury it
Actually
inside,
pops out the other side a bit.
I prefer that.
Yeah.
So, coming around.
Just a wee bit more because we can carve it
Wanting to leave a stagger.
Är den där mer att den liksom då ligger den bara och snurrar istället liksom?
Sweden started the week really strongly, and then the wheels fell off against Switzerland. Just don't seem to be on their A game right now.
Hard back!
2-3.
Whoa! Whoa!
2.
Whoa! Vicky!
Curling! 2. It's taken off.
over, Carl's going to leave the thing sitting open.
I don't think I'm getting out to them enough. Huh? I just don't think I'm getting out to them.
Shy weight. A little bit tight on line. Gets the tip off to cover the stone in the house. Agnes Knockenhauer to the rescue. To tidy up here for Sweden. Just a bit too thin.
Overswept that. Scotland get a second chance to bring one in.
Make sure you're out.
Yep, hold it. She said, make sure you're out.
You've got this, Jen.
Okay.
Yep. It'll come down.
Line's good. Easy. Line's good. Vicky, yep. Hard.
So just saying, make sure you're right out to the brush because it will always draw.
Hold in.
You can see this one
Wow.
really pulling.
Okay. Yeah.
I was out on that, or she just light.
Heading over to sheet D. Denmark playing Latvia. All tied there. Denmark with last stone.
Matilda Halsey, line 2, has a draw for 3. This young team have had some great games this week. Sweepers seem happy with this one. And it does stop in time, so a big score of 3.
And just like that, Denmark will double their score. And 3 points ahead of Latvia, looking good for a win. Russia with a 3-point lead on Czech Republic, and it's Anna Kubeshkova with last rock here, drawing for one.
Yeah, facing a couple of Russian counters, starting to make the draw.
Whoa.
Don't hit it early, Vicky.
3-4.
Easy, Vicky.
Whoa. 4.
Sweepers nursing it down. Seems to be fully in the 8 foot. And no problem for Anna. Score of 1 for Czech Republic.
For the Czechs, they are still within reach, but trailing Russia by 2.
A great double peel from Agnes Knockenhauer, open things up. Scotland put one closer.
Oh. Overswept that one again. Helsingborg. Can't believe it. Had to catch her just a hair thicker. Just a little bit of frustration.
Yep, it's a game of millimeters.
No.
Line's good. Line's good.
Just 2. Easy.
On the line, let it curl.
Jen, you've got to go. 3. Easy. Yep,
Jen.
Vicky, 2. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Hard. Both of you go. Hard. You got to go. Come on, go.
Really good. Nice shot, Lauren. Good.
It doesn't cover the stone in the 4 foot.
Jag kollade lugnt och fint hela vägen.
Sweden would like to keep the shooter in play here. They don't want to roll out and give Scotland a chance to come around and bury. Lovely shot.
Just give me right on the centre line.
Okay.
Pardon? Okay.
So nice hidden flop from Sarah McManus.
Just like a nice deal. We don't need to do anything stupid.
Scotland can raise their own red. Run it
Pardon?
straight back.
Quite nice.
I think if anything, it'll just curl her hair at the end.
Probably nice. Nice field.
Clean. No. Close. No. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Must be close, on and off.
Whoa. Yep.
Yeah, really close to perfection. A great shot nonetheless. Just would have loved to stuck that guard in the house.
Också bra nu. Vad tycker du? Vad tycker du?
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Jag tror på en bra sättning så är det här nog bra eller max. Alltså jag gillar den här. Jag tror inte vi ska ha mer, Anna.
Det där är mindre än vad jag hade på tiddragningen. Jag skulle kunna ha mer.
Vi ska också öva. Jag tror jag gillar det här. En bra sätt. Du kan lira den lite ut.
8 på 10, Anna. Men en 90 då. Den här sidan är lite trögare nu. Så lägga på liten den du drog där.
Ja, det var en 10. Vad tror du? 90 eller?
Switzerland, Norway. The Swiss up by 1 here. Alina Petz getting ready to throw the last stone in this end.
And they are lying. So an open draw here to score another couple.
Bra linje! Bra linje! Plats just nu!
Arona's backing to come up to, and no problem. The Swiss cowbells are ringing. The score of 2.
A 6-3 lead after 7 ends. And Helsingborg comes around the centre guard. Same shot again for Muirhead.
Yep, this time Eve would like to run it straight back and stick guarded and force Sweden to take their one.
Yep.
Blow right past it. Sweden draws for 2. Make contact. Probably a blank. But like you said, if you can just run it right back and stick it, you might force Sweden to take their one here. Would be great.
Yeah, it's the same path to just come down with the last one.
Should have a good idea.
No, not this time.
Whoa. Whoa.
Close. Clean. No,
Should curl a bit here.
Clean. Whoa,
Yep, here it comes.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that. Very good. And it is partially covered, but I don't think it's going to be good enough. It's a great shot, though.
It just poked out the side. Really, really good effort.
Really nice. Great throws.
Still not an easy shot for Anna Hasselberg.
Last stone. Working this one hard. Wants to hit and roll out, and they will. Great sweep. And we get a blank end here in 7. Score still the same. Scotland ahead, 4-3.
Bra liv. Jag var till och med i början att jag så här var lite rädd att gå på nästan för att de skulle backa lite.
Just past that guard. 3 ends to go.
Nu har vi bra tempo.
Ja, precis. Men vi fortsätter. Exakt.
Sen har vi 4,5, så fortsätter vi den kraftiga då.
Ja, det är bra. Det är ändå nice. De lär ju dra topp 4. Lägg en bra corner. Runt. Ja, bra.
if you can.
Curlers and curling fans alike gather here in Helsingborg, Sweden for the European Curling Championships. Two of the greats. Scotland, Sweden playing each other. Close game. We have everything a Monday night requires. Score in the garden in place for Sweden. They'll definitely be going for their score of 2 here.
Yeah, that's good placement of the guard.
Just a couple of mistakes today from Sofia Malbags. Rare to see, really. Always in the 90s. But Vicky Wright with the advantage this evening.
We're good now. It's good. 3/4. Jane, a little more. Whoa. We're 2.
We're definitely tighter. Like,
Halfway.
Off. Okay, back.
Yeah,
Really
makes
tighter
sense.
line. Okay.
Just over curls. Taking a look at Estonia, Germany. The Germans leading by 3. And this is a draw against the couple, I think.
Yeah, Estonia line 2. 4-foot. So Daniela Jens having to draw the 4-foot. 4 or 1.
That is good! T-line! T-line! Sicher auf die T!
Sweeper standing back. Is this going to stop? It's not. That's a big steal of 2 for Estonia.
Yeah, puts them right back in the game. Just 1 point separating the teams after 7 ends.
Rolls out to the wing. Sweden try and use the cover, try and generate a 2 here. Just T-line, a wee bit further than they'd wanted. Now gives Scotland a chance to come in and freeze on top. You can see the numbers there as well for the second players. Agnes Knockenhauer got the advantage today on Jennifer Dodds.
Yeah, just struggling with the draws, Dodds. Let's see if she can make a good one here.
Maybe to sit on top of this, but just a pound heavier with the weight.
Weight not too bad, just curl enough. Could afford to bump that a little bit.
You could bump it if you were perfectly on the nose of it, but
yeah, it's either or really.
Yeah.
That really invites Sweden in. Coming top again here. Always a bit of a risky business playing around the centre guard with last stone, but As long as you're lying well, you're happy to.
This one's looking wide and heavy as well. But they've got more of a nest to sit in here. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, it will be tough to remove that one. Pretty much in jail, the top yellow. Might have to come down and just tap it.
Yeah, difficult to see who's actually lying there. It could be Scotland, but I'm sure these will move before the end's out.
Just going to come on top here. Seeing both the thirds and the 60s. Usually see them a bit higher up.
No line! You can for line, it's really big line! Jen, off! 5, 6! Line's
The
getting
sweepers
better!
want to sweep it
Right,
for
Jen,
weight.
Jen! Handcuffs! Easy, no bump, you can't, I don't want to bump it at all. Handcuffs! Right to it! Good, 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 good. Whoa, good sweep. Great shot, Lauren. Good sweep.
Good there, very useful for Scotland. They would love to force Sweden to take their one at this end.
Om man skulle kunna få toucha den, om man skulle kunna spela någon mjukare. Få ut den så.
Det ligger väl helt okej nu eller?
They could catch that top red thin. Turn the yellow onto red on the way past, and shooter may go over to the side one if they caught it thin.
Jag var inne på om man ville vänta någon sten med röra det bara.
Jag bara, ja men då skulle man ju kunna då skulle man ju kunna spela den.
Är inte nära på ta
Och bara, vi kan ta time om vi vill.
Timeout called by Sweden. We'll have Wayne Middaugh make his way to the ice.
På mjukare kan jag. Inte på en hård tror jag.
Det är om du ska bara sätta clearingen liksom.
Det var det jag menar, alltså i så fall den.
Yeah, pretty key point in the game here for Sweden.
Tänk att den inte gör oss någonting nu. Alltså, jag tänker att om vi skulle kunna använda den som stöd istället.
Ja, okej. Ja. Kan man chappa den då? Om man,
Är det bara för att vi vill öppna upp lite framför eller?
Ja men alltså det är dags att ligga 3 kanske tänker jag. Jag tänker man skulle spela man kan ju spela den här också.
Det känns bara som att då, om vi får bort den här då kan de göra något offensivt och dutta och så ligger det lite trångt där bakom. Alltså jag gillar den om du gillar den. Men...
Team coaches peel the guard into this one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're in huge trouble here.
Yeah.
Right? And they got nothing at any time during the end. Like if the guard's gone, if they just keep guarding it, you can just pick the back one for 2.
Yeah.
Right? But if you
You
peel
don't like this one?
I don't think you can make it without chipping your 2
No,
rod.
I'm afraid of
No,
that
That's
too.
right.
the peel then just to
But
go with ours.
if the guard's not there, it's a nose hit for 3.
Yeah.
Right? So peel the guard,
Yeah.
try and take
Okay.
this one with
Do
it.
this one. Yep.
Okay? Keep it simple. Okay?
Vi kollar här Anna.
Det är rakt
Always a
här.
joy listening in to Wayne Middaugh's timeouts.
No question of what are you guys thinking? It's this is what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just efficient. Just offering up his best advice, and that man knows curling. So
Absolutely, and sometimes the team are just so caught up in the moment and the situation in front of them that you need just that reinforcement. This is what you need to do, and taking a clearer view of it all.
So they're going to peel the guard, try and catch the one on the wing as well. Just like that.
That's what the doctor ordered.
Fantastic shot by Sarah McManus. Slash double. So according to Wayne Middaugh, Scotland should be in huge trouble.
I don't think they are, to be honest. I think here, you know, Scotland could quite easily force the one at this end.
Well, they're going to peel the open yellow. Cannot afford to overcurl and catch their own red here. That would put them in trouble. And
Yes.
that's just what's going to happen here. Leaving Sweden lying 2. Easy double on those 2 though. Are looking solid for a score of 2 here, Sweden.
Jag gillar den där.
Yeah, the double's fairly straightforward on those, so a draw to the wing. Or even round their corner.
Lite mer Anna, vi behöver inte riska att gå. Spela lite framåt då. Ja.
Bra linje! 8!
So can Sarah McManus capitalise on Scotland's mistake? Get that third counter in.
Bara fart! Håll den! Grym linje, bara fart!
Håll den, håll den, håll den, håll den, håll den!
Passes the guard.
Gå, gå!
Dra den, dra den, dra den, dra den, dra den, dra den!
Really nicely played. Out counts the red on the other wing. Straight away, Eve Muirhead goes for the double.
Okay, right in the nose.
Just make sure nose.
Yep.
Must make, must make.
Clean. Whoa. Becky.
Can afford to give up 2 here. Definitely not 3. Oh, high for line. The double's not made. It's a fairly gimme shot for the golf player.
Bagpipe player.
Yeah. Lots of talents.
Kom ner, snabbt bara så vi slipper tänka.
And now Sweden are going to try and figure out how they can score 3.
Vill vi lägga oss?
They could freeze the red on the other wing. They could bring a
Är det
second
att
one
du bara
round the
skulle vilja ligga
corner.
här eller? Och sen så om vi spelar den ner. Jag bara ska fan sätta den
Jag vet, jag
väggen
ska
Anna.
sätta den men hon virar den ett slag.
Alltså jag bara tänker den är lite svårare perfekt också. Ser du någonting om teten också?
Jag gillar den.
Scotland are facing 3.
Kan vi
Eve is
bara...
going to hit. She's not going to go for the freeze.
Yeah, looks pretty good to draw to the wing there.
Yeah.
Freeze the red or just, even just on line with the other yellow. Just get some separation. Make sure there's no double.
Det känns verkligen som att om man sätter dit dem så lever de bra.
They can't protect everything, and you know the hit and roll is still there for Eve with her next.
Ja, exakt. Jag gillar den. Jag ser den här.
Similar stats for the skips today.
Hålla i det lite. Det är bra linje.
Bara linje!
Wow, den hänger. Hänger. Bra linje. Ta den nu. Fri linje.
Bra fart!
Bra linje.
Bra fart, ligga fris.
Wow,
plats
bara
i så fall.
Wow, plats. Nej, vi behöver här.
Ja, den är lite ligger där, den ligger där.
Tala, förresten. Den försöker nu. Fia, japp!
Fia, japp.
Japp!
Nej,
Räcker
där. Perfekt. Härligt.
Really nicely played. That's a higher one that would go for the double, but it's going to jam.
Jättebra skött tjejer.
Bra snack Sara.
Härligt Anna.
It's a really nice shot from Anna Hasselberg.
Jag gillar det. Backhand roll.
Giving up a three is not ideal.
Yeah.
That's a very true fact, Eve.
So that we freeze.
For the freeze.
We make the
If
freeze.
you go for the freeze, you could lose a 4.
Perfect.
Go for the freeze, make it pretty good. Sweden blasts it out, loses the shooter, scores a 2.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, we know the line for that, I would say.
As long as we're close to it, then we're...
Yeah.
And this is what Sweden were discussing, that they were leaving this shot,
It's
going to be a hard
but you couldn't cover everything.
I really like that.
Yeah, let's go for it then.
Edge of
Edge of 8. Yep.
Do you like a touch more?
When you need to think odds, really.
For the same line as mine, I had the 2.
Is the odds of giving up a 3 and then winning the game greater than making this shot, give up a 2 and win the game?
Is that the same ice as the draw for?
She makes this perfectly.
A wee bit more?
They could get a steal.
True.
So yeah, she's confident with her draw weight. played it well all game.
Is it about the same weight as what I gave you?
Yeah, it's a 14.
About the same weight as what I gave you from the draw. Yeah.
So yeah, certainly put the pressure onto Sweden if she makes this perfectly.
I really like that. Yeah.
I think we need to go.
Belt close.
D-line.
Belt close.
Very tough shot here.
Just for weight.
Good.
Just for weight.
Okay, hard
Dead
Jen.
freeze
Line's
on
really
an open
good.
stone.
Nice. Hard line.
Hard Jen!
Needs to go for weight. Never off the line.
Needs it for weight and for line.
Jen!
Needs to get it there. This one is pulling up a bit shy, I think. Comes in for second shot. Line was perfect. Just didn't have the legs. So how cute do you play this if you're Sweden? But just try and peel it out for 3. If you try and go for 4, what weight do you play?
There's a wee bit of separation between the red and yellow. You can put it through either way and get a 4. And you know what, if you catch the back one on the way past, and you still get your 3. You just can't afford to go straight back. So we talk about these key shots in the game, and this is certainly one of them. You don't need to be too cute. You can just split it out.
Catch a third here.
Gillar du isen, Sara?
Ja.
Wonder if they're thinking
Jag har råd att sätta den ganska försiktigt.
they're gonna have the
Inte mycket
shooter
ute på den här, tror jag.
catch on the side here on their own yellow, which again will jam on the red on the side. I don't think they can hurt themselves too bad.
No, and I think it's erring on that side.
Catch it just a bit too thick, your shooter might spin away. But you should still be scoring 3. Last stone, 8th end for a big end here.
Yes! Hard!
We got the red. Will they stick the shooter on the side as well? Yes, they will. Ah, what a shot by Anna Helsingborg. 4 points on the board. Oh, just perfect execution. Well, Scotland were in trouble for a while. They took the risk to play the freeze, but left the shot for Helsingborg, and it's made. 4 points on the board. A 3-point lead. 7-4, 2 ends to go.
Nu är det fokus på de första 3 så att vi lägger dem bra. Och sen så är det en scen i taget men håller tempo, okej?
Härligt. Bra. Bra. Är det här för eller runt?
Ninth end of play. Scotland giving up a big score of 4. So they're trailing by 3.
Easy, I think it's okay. We're halfway. That's good. A little, Jen, a little.
The only team that hasn't lost so far, Scotland. They might just drop a game here. I think most people would put their money on Sweden at this point, depending on the odds.
I think at this stage in the game, 2 ends to go. Sweden are so good at defending their lead. But Scotland will not sit back. They will throw everything at this. Try and go for their 3, if not their 2 here.
Not the greatest setup there by Malbags. Kind of half checked, high on the house. Scotland could come around those rocks.
High! Line's good!
Sophia's just struggled a wee bit with her draw weight today.
Line's good! Just
Not the only one.
No.
Line's really good if you can get it over.
Vicky Wright.
Over and up, over and up, over and
Putting
up,
up
over
a
and up.
second corner guard here. Just needs to creep over the hog line. And there we are. Just 1 second of panic there.
That's 2 good guards. You want separation between your corners.
Denmark plays Latvia. It is Latvia to trail Denmark by 4.
Yeah, Vita Stasa Sarsuna. She's got a nose hit, but she could get a cross-house double. And just hits and rolls, so it's just a score of 1.
So Denmark still in the lead as we look on over. Switzerland, Norway. The Swiss up by 3. Norway chasing points here.
Can I hang around the top
Yeah, Switzerland line 1. So at the top of the 4-foot, Kristen Skazlian has the draw. Needs to be in the 4-foot. 4 or 1.
I think it's an easier shot than trying to get a perfect 6-foot roll.
Won the Curling World Cup last season in mixed doubles.
And catches the guard. Light of weight. That's a steal of 1 for Switzerland.
Okay, we just want to be high. Just high. Not curling. Line's good.
5, 6.
Easy.
6.
Not deep. Not deep.
Not deep.
6. Whoa. No, off, Becky. Off. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Leave it 14. Double.
Nice.
They know if it came too deep, it would come out the other side, but Sweden not bothered about that. They want to clear up the front. Sweden know if they lose a 2 here, it's not a disaster. They can be 1 up with a hammer coming home. So they don't want to get sucked into the game in the house. Keep it simple for them.
We see all the scores. Russia up by 2 on Czech Republic. Germany leads Estonia 6-3. And as we just saw, Denmark and Switzerland have leads on Latvia and Norway as well.
I guess even this is okay, but if we can roll here, it's great.
Solid 10.
10. Yep. Whoa, no, 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 no.
Oh, no.
Yep, no,
Oh,
no.
no. Vicky.
Wanted to hit and roll behind the corner. Just going to roll out.
So important to keep the shooter chasing the game. They really can't afford to roll out.
Gillar du gadden ändå? Gillar du gadden ändå?
Vi ligger 2 då!
Ska vi testa skjuta då?
Gillar ni det eller? Va? Alltså vi kan gaddra, vi ligger 2 men...
Jag måste ha den första, jag tycker klippa.
Har råd att sätta dit lite.
Nej, 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 nej. Nej. Låt det kalla.
Just happy to keep peeling.
Yep. Try and just move these a little.
Yep.
So you probably want like this.
Back 12?
Yeah, just right on the nose and just split them.
12 and a half, 13, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No. 12, 12 and a half.
12, 12 and a half,
Yeah.
13 and a half is just healing.
Okay.
Yeah. This did start to move a wee bit here.
Okay.
Solid back line.
Stay with it.
Pretty solid.
Really heavy.
Vic.
Go, go, go.
Hard, Vic. You got it, Vic. You got to go though.
Hard,
Easy,
Vic.
easy, easy.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice shot.
Yeah, really nicely played. Moves them about a bit. Gives them something to freeze on top of.
Really good, Lauren. Nice shot.
Ja.
Jag tror att vi
Till och med ett lite tunnare än det.
Rakt ner där.
Jag vill försöka spela den rakt, Anna.
Ja, gillar du sen?
Bara sätta den.
Tror det.
Det går rakt där.
Sarah McManus
Japp, japp, japp!
Janet.
Hårt!
try and take the double on these reds.
Janet! Hårt, 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 hårt!
Takes one but goes over the top of the other. And this chance to lift them both away.
Just hit and flop to here.
What brings it over like one leg to place again?
Do you like that? Or do you like similar shot?
I thought maybe freeze, but I'm happy with either.
Freezing's
Freeze, they're probably
good.
just the white one, aren't they?
Then I think they're hitting this, but then we've got some options. Freeze, even if we're slightly on the inside, that's better.
Okay.
That last one curled pretty nice.
Yeah, it did. I like edge of 8.
Okay.
Yeah, still think positive.
Yeah, 13 to 13 and a half, would you say?
Yeah.
Just looking for the dead freeze.
9. Stay with it.
Whoa then.
8.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Stay
Line's
with
really
it.
good.
Stay with it.
9. Yep.
Yep.
Finally.
Hard line.
Yeah, you gotta go for weight.
Whoa.
Starting to
Whoa,
pull.
whoa. Whoa.
And it's over curled.
Wow. Got 13.
Hennes 7 igen, hon har klarat över
It's
samtliga.
not a bad position.
Och marginal bara.
Sweden can't get the double without jamming.
jävla mycket med dem.
Men även om vi skulle göra så ligger
Jag
vi
ville
på.
spela upp den.
Ja, absolut. Alltså kom ner och kolla, det ligger rätt nice!
Alltså den, ja, fast jag håller dock.
They could just hit the open one, and if Scotland
Det är tråkigt om vi
make
bara
a play in the
tappar
other,
och
they
så
could
kan
leave
man
a
göra
double.
något sånt här. Då ser det inte så kul ut.
Det ligger rätt nice ändå. Jag menar, även om jag bara skulle bränna den och vicka dit, så ligger vi...
Jag gillar också den där.
Det enda är att det inte är så nice om vi gör så.
Vadå då?
Trycker de ner där, ligger här,
Så
det
de har bara
kanske är
2
svårt
steg
att...
kvar. Då har vi inte riktigt sent.
Ja,
Jag tycker den är nice. Ja, 3 liksom.
The main objective is that
Eller
Sweden
spela
can
så.
just get rid of one red.
Jag skulle säga hellre chappen än vicka
Ja,
hit.
hellre vicka
Ja,
hit.
ja, hon gör den här.
Ja, jag håller med.
10.
Ja, 10 så kanske.
Det har inte kommit något mer
Nej, det är rakt här tror jag. Gillar du det där?
Vi har haft lite mer på dem.
Ja, ta lite till då.
Vi har legat här på 10, Anna. För
Spela
chappen.
9,5 då. Ta lite mindre. 9,5.
9,5.
Ja. Tror du fortfarande jag kan kicka rätt lös som jag har gjort här?
Ja. Det känns så ganska likt.
Ja. Håll soporna nära om det skulle vara att det är lite mer kvar här på frifotskanten.
Ja.
So ideally want to just catch the inside, flop over in front of their other one.
Ja. 9,5. Wow.
Red.
Wow.
Wow.
Ren. Ja. Ja.
Ligger på.
Nej. Ja.
Ligger på.
Nej.
Wow.
Ja.
Ja.
Nej.
Ligger på.
Wow. Nej.
Wow.
Det är bra.
9,5. Bra.
Sweden lie 3.
9,5.
We could do that.
That's not bad. It's not bad. Then she hits that. Then if I don't have a nose double.
Nose double.
So roll to
Or
here.
what's the other options? That's nice.
The other thing I thought about was
Double. She noses. And then we're going to have a thin
See the
double.
time remaining for both teams.
What'd you like?
Scotland with 6 minutes, Sweden with
We don't want
5.
to block off the double eventually though.
Plenty time to play one more
This
end
could be the shot.
after this.
Hit and roll to here. Either that or my first thought was that.
I think if you do this, you kind of want to go over here. You
You
still
don't
want
think
the
so
shot,
in front so that...
but then you're blocking the shot. You're blocking your last.
Well, I think we're going to have to play a hit with the last, I think.
So that we hit and roll in this.
Maybe
But
that's
this
making-
right now, this is quite a nice little net.
Yeah.
I think we roll in this.
That was my first thought.
Yeah,
Do you
my
like
first
that?
thought's that.
Yeah. Where you want your team?
A big steal of 4 in the 9th end will put Switzerland at 11-3 over Norway, and another win. Silvana Tiernzoni looking pretty strong.
Yeah, I like this, and then we can play.
So
With my last,
Scotland's
I might
made a
have
call.
Do you think that's a lot or not?
Yeah, they looked at a few options
I
of
think this is good at 11.
the double on the
Yeah.
4-foot. But going to take the double off this top yellow. Also looked at hitting and
Just
rolling
11.
over.
Yep. Hard! Hard!
Played quite a down weight here.
Hard! Hard!
This is really pulling.
Hard! Hard!
So makes contact where they wanted to, but just not enough weight. Sweden still lie 3. Right now, Scotland could be forced to take their 1.
Om vi lämnar det nu, då finns det inget slag. Hur skulle hon kunna få ett slag för mer?
För mer än 2.
Kan jag bara dra topp 4? Ja. Då skulle hon kunna få den, eller?
Klar det.
Ja. Nästan. Ja, där, eller?
Ja.
Jag bara,
Så hela här.
allt nästan haj så. För att vi får inte lämna...
Alltså jag tror att ligger vi i mitten också så har
Alltså jag tror herrarna, var ska hon ta vägen? Ja, då har hon den för 1.
Ja, nej, jag menar att om den prövar någonting. Ja.
Ja, nej, jag tror inte hon har
Nej.
Okej, lite överkör i så fall. Eller?
Ja, jag tänker om vi vill annars att hon inte kan sätta vicken på 2.
Man vill inte dra andra handen, bara undrar. Jag var också inne på den.
Sweden once again to lie 4.
Det spåret känns riktigt nice.
Block the draw.
Mindre i tror jag.
Jag var inne på samma. Ja.
Called the out turn there first, but
Så vad är exakt placering nu då?
Alltså jag
front
skulle
end
vilja här.
feeling
Ja, då vill jag ha mindre
a
i.
bit more comfortable with the in turn. Just knowing that path a bit better. And sometimes it doesn't really matter to the skip. It can be down to the front end to make that decision. Whatever they think you have the best control over, so,
Yeah, there's
weight-wise.
Definitely more control with this in turn. The out turn's really pulling big at the end. And quite hard to judge. And it's up to the sweepers to put it to the right place. So as you say, it's good to get their input.
Bra linjer!
Vart är vi?
8! Okej, okej för den här linjen.
Bara stanna, bara stanna. Bara stanna.
Bra linje! 8!
Bara stanna, vi driver nu, vi driver.
Ja, 8.
Känns okej, eller?
Starting to curl.
Ja, en bra fart.
Top 4. Sweden lying 4.
They overcurled further than they wanted. They wanted to sit on the other side of that yellow. It's back 4, but does leave an opening for Scotland, but it is only for 1.
Okay. That should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I can take a hair less.
Yeah, I was going to say a wee hair less, Lauren. Yeah.
Last stone of the
Line's
9th end for Eve Muirhead and Team Scotland. A must make to stay.
Line 2.
in this game.
Whoa. 6, 7. Line's good, just wait.
Perfect.
Yep, I think we can go.
Whoa. Jen. Jen, it needs to curl. It needs to curl.
It's perfect.
Yep.
Oh, hanging on the redstone here. Didn't curl enough for Muirhead, and that will be a big score for Sweden. So that game is now over.
Second 4.
Yeah, looking a bit ugly up on the scoreboard. Doesn't really matter much for Sweden. It's another win. They put them higher up in the standings. A first loss for Scotland, so as it lies, no team undefeated. Things are getting interesting.
Vad står vi?
4. Det var nice. Bra. Härligt. Och Anna sprang på 2.
So we're going to move over to sheet C, Estonia versus Germany. Score of 2 from Estonia in the 9th end. Tightens the score line. Germany just leading by 1, but they have last stone advantage at this 10th end. They have 2 guards up in play on the centre. Estonia have come up from the B division from last year. So just looking to get behind this cover. Guard is quite long. Don't want it to poke out the other side. Really nicely played. Straight away, Germany want to open things up. So double clear and run through. Really good shot. Opened everything up. Clara, a mini foam For Germany will be happy with that. Made things look a lot nicer than they have last stone. All Estonia can do is try and replace the centre guard.
Jan, es ist halt ein Risiko, dass der geht.
So Amira Abbas here going for the run back. Guard onto the one in the house. Got main objective to open the front.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Go.
Oh, just nicks the one on the forefoot.
Okay.
But does open up the guard and moves the shot just off to the side of the forefoot. Estonia need to steal one to take this to an extra end.
Võib-olla natuke pidurdasin. Lai. Suund hea.
So Curly needs to look.
Keerab üle.
Just looking for the guard.
Ja, ise, kõik. Ta keerab üle.
Plays that perfectly.
Võib-olla hoidsin natuke kinni.
So again, Amira Abbas just looking to open things up.
Whoa.
It's the only game left on the ice from tonight's session.
Yeah, it's good practice though. You reach the final. It's only one game, and just the atmosphere is a bit different, bit more quiet. Not too many people screaming. Not too many rocks flying everywhere. Just by yourself, and it's a bit of a different pressure when you're sitting in the hack there, ready to throw. Get the feeling like everyone's eyes are on you.
Yeah, but you just have to forget that and focus on what's in front of you.
TV cameras might add a bit of pressure as well. And so part of the game.
Marie Turman just looking to replace that guard.
She's played some TV games in her past. Playing mixed doubles as well with Harry Lill.
So this is where Germany need to make the call. Do they take the guard? Take the shot in the house so that they can see?
Ja.
They are one up with the hammer.
Timeout called. I'd be tempting to go after the shot stone here and maybe just keep the shooter. Roll a rock to the wing. You can come off of that if they make a good draw.
Yeah, I think when you've got that cushion that you're one up anyway on the scoreboard,
yep.
If you could get that one off the forefoot now, it's a good time to do it.
Nee, heimgehen und weinen eigentlich, aber...
Right, we'll hear the words of wisdom of Keith Wendorf.
My only concern is if we miss it and take this one and she'll sit. Like this?
Okay.
She'll probably come around.
So I think you either peel the guard, you hit the red. It's
2 options.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot more to it.
Nach außen.
And I think it will hit the red. And I think it'd be worth keeping the shooter.
Yeah, if they just hit and roll to the wing, you know Estonia are going to come round the guard.
Ich sehe den gar nicht ganz, oder?
But hopefully you can see a piece of it and just nick it out.
The last thing you want to do is over curl and chip in the red and be facing 3 on the last one. Daniela Jentsch, 37.
Yep. Hard. Wir müssen ihn erhalten. Freut euch.
Hat sie sie?
Hard.
Hard.
Looks pretty good here.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Not bad there. Timeout by Estonia as well.
Mehr gemacht, als ich dachte.
So you could play the hit and roll, but the draw is still there. It's tough to get the inside roll. I think it'd be easier to get in behind cover with a draw here.
Both these teams just on 1 win.
Otse põhimõtteliselt jah, natukene. Jaa.
Hästi, jah. So 12? 12?
Nicole Strausak.
But not this?
With which weight?
12?
12. Do you see something in between?
No.
No. And I will just tap it.
Okay.
And also with the tap you can draw in a little.
Lower.
Mhm.
So something like this?
So would you go for backhand weight?
Yes.
Tap it and draw in.
Okay.
Okei.
Pane siis see.
Mis me teeme?
Tagavalge.
13 pool.
13. Jah, 13.
Pretty clear instruction there from
Piisavalt, et
Nicole.
meie oma jääks paremaks, nüüd oma kehvemaks.
Jaa.
Just a tap back.
Teeme siis
Yeah,
selle
I agree with that. If you're going to make a play on the yellow, no need to play too much weight. You don't really have to remove it because you're definitely wanting the inside rule. I just think it might be easier to draw there on the outturn, and where that yellow lies, it's not really helping Germany too much. They were ideally hoping to roll a bit more to the wing to maybe be able to come off of it. So if you could ever draw around the center guard just side by side with the yellow, you're leaving a pretty tough shot for Germany. But this can work too. If you catch this on the nose and don't really roll in, you're leaving a lot more room for the draw for Jentsch.
Now they're going to have to hold the line on this one.
Well, lots of weight.
And a,
Taps the yellow back.
and a perfect roll.
Yeah, that's really good.
Jetzt wissen wir halt über die Seite nicht wirklich, wie schnell es noch ist. Gell? Ist halt, weil es sieht halt relativ stumpf aus schon.
So, a button draw.
Das war meine,
But Germany know at least
hier ist meine Drauschatzspur.
if they do lose a 1, they do have an extra end.
Mein 14 passt noch auf der Seite.
So the whole button is open here.
Soll ich beißen?
Last stone, 10th end for Daniela Jentsch and Team Germany. They're up by 1. Need to make this draw for the win. If they miss, we're going into an extra end. This one is starting to curl big. Do they have enough weight on it? Gets a bit of a tickle. Off the guard, does it spin deep enough? It's really close, but I don't think it's enough. So Estonia will steal one here, and we will have an extra end. Almost got the cheeky rub off the guard. But Estonia's call pays off, and we will play one more. It's 6-6 after 10. Extra end curling here at the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. Well, if you love curling, you'll take some bonus curling.
We do like an extra end, adds to the excitement. Estonia have just played the steal in the last end. They need to steal again.
Germany going for the tech shot here, not allowed to remove that guard from play, of course. Thurman sweeping it to make it go out of play, and it doesn't. I really thought that was on the bumper. That is an incredible.
Dug in at that last.
Did you see if this touched?
An incredible tech shot.
Wow.
You're not going to get it better than that.
12-3.
And look at the shooter as well.
Best tech shot of the week so far.
I mean, you could have lost the shooter, to be honest, but
now you're being picky because it's not even guarding anything of the rings.
So, pretty good start from Germany here. Neutralizing that guard.
So all Estonia can do is just keep putting up the guards and hope Germany don't make another great tick.
Ich glaube, ich würde noch mal gern so rumspielen.
So, can it make 2 in a row?
Anna-Lena Jentsch.
Achtung! Ja, Bumper! Yep! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Close here.
Oh!
Just needs a little tick and roll. Little tick and roll. Here we go again. Did they lose it? They've just curled a bit too much and punched that too far.
So close to being perfect.
No. That was a good throw. They missed the line call, really. Of course, when you throw pretty solid weight like that, you're having to catch them quite thin. You could play less weight. It'd be a little easier.
I think it was on this side of the... Yeah.
Just trying to figure out where that was. So as long as the skips agree, everyone's happy. So Estonia will have one guard to play with.
Yeah, but I think you'll see Haley Grossman put up another guard here.
close to the house. Just make sure you get some separation at least. Better off slipping into the top 12 than leaving the guards too close together.
Pretty good there.
Yep, I think that's okay.
Because if Germany keep peeling the top one and Estonia keep putting it back, they can then come round that one. That's top 12.
Only thing they need to be a little bit careful with here is not to jam it on those catchers on the wing. Oof, a bit of a shaky slide here.
Yep.
That was a speed wobble.
Yep.
But makes the shot.
Yeah, that's all you need. No points for style in curling.
No, absolutely not.
Or you and me wouldn't fare well.
Saying Xander.
You know, there are quite a lot of curlers who have a background as figure skaters. In Estonia even.
That's a good guard.
Well, taking a look at all the games that are played this evening. It was Sweden to pick up a win on Scotland. Russia edging out Czech Republic. Denmark with a win over Latvia. Also Switzerland with a big win on Norway. So Estonia, Germany, the only game left out here this evening. Extra end play. Important game for both.
Oh, and there's a slight mistake from Germany.
Just tell us, Rona, what's on the line here? I mean, you're obviously playing for medals, playing to win, but if you look at the standings here, 10 teams, those teams at the bottom there, Estonia, Germany, Czech Republic, Latvia, they can be relegated as well.
They can. Estonia has just come up from the B division. They would love to stay in the A, but it's not just the European ranking, it's a place at the World Championships, which also means Olympic points. So there's a lot at stake to get a W on the board here. The top 7 in the women's A road will qualify for the World Championships.
And of course the different teams, different nations, they'll have different requirements. Some teams being in the top 7 can mean funding. Getting Olympic points can mean extra funding. I mean, to certain teams, it can mean a lot where you finish. Not just in terms of qualifications, but just further funding to keep playing. And we see a great shot here by Amira Abbas to open up everything.
So although the top 7 qualify for the World Women's in Prince George and Canada, the 8th and 9th place teams will qualify for the qualification event, which will take place in Finland in January.
Good old Lohja. Kisakalio.
Indeed. We've got 3 events this year: qualification for World Wheelchairs, qualification for World Juniors, and for the World Championships.
Nochmal so rum.
It's important to have good hosts for these championships. So far, Helsingborg proving to be a very good one.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
So, Amira Abbas, I've done her job, and Daniela Jens should be pretty happy about the situation.
Yeah, the whole house is open, all the 4-foot especially.
Surprised they're just playing the straight guard here. I'd consider maybe coming just half around that yellow corner. Have them peel the top one, and then you're left a guard that's at least closer to the center line. You shouldn't see mistakes on a simple center guard peel at this level.
Yeah, it would have been good to have been in there, tempting Germany, showing them a piece of it.
Jens will be quite happy to just peel this one, have Estonia draw around the corner, and she'll have the whole forfeit to draw to for the win.
või isegi pigem punaäkki või? Sellepärast, et siis tal on see... Ta saab lüüa, see kaitse on nii kõrgel. Aga ta võib ära ka viskama selle.
Yep, hard.
Well, just playing 59% on the draws today. Oh, commentator's curse, I guess.
Sander. I'll have to blame you for that.
That's a huge mistake from Jens.
It is. As you just had said, her team had played so well at this end, keeping it open. So Estonia call another timeout.
Yeah, so clocks are reset for the extra end, and both teams awarded a new timeout.
Nicole Strauss now needs to walk away down the other end.
Sellega me oleme ees natuke. Sellega, et tal on rohkem ruumi lihtsalt. Ja ta liiga kaugel, siis on äkki toekivi veel.
Ja no selles suhtes, kui ta ei pööra, aga ta võib siia ka tegelikult pöörata, sest et siin on lihtsalt see, et ta võib vabalt välja visata selle 12-ga.
Ta ei viska seda 12-ga, tuleb asetama, ma arvan. Nagu, ma arvan, et see on kõige parem.
Not really a huge amount to discuss here.
No, I don't think so. Chuck it in behind the guard.
So it's like just hidden, because this is already too far, because then she has more room. This one block.
Okay. Touching the white one?
No.
But not further, otherwise she might actually, yes. I think actually where you showed is good.
Like this area.
Yep.
Make it fully hidden.
This size or more?
How much do you have for the guard?
We have this one.
A little bit more.
Here was with guard.
So I will have a big finish.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I would rather finish it than leave it open.
Yep. Like
guard
even
is
here.
long, so you have a lot of space.
Okay.
Good. Mis sa arvad püüruseks? 14 pigem või? Okei, vaata või?
14 harjaga.
So just seeking some confirmation on exactly where to put this one. And they were asked by the coach, would you like her to draw? And that was a pretty definitive yes, seeing how that, not that we have followed this game too closely, but the stats show that maybe Jens has struggled a little bit with draw weight. So putting this top four fully buried won't leave much for Jens except draw for the game.
Yep, so want to be top T, but important to try and be buried.
Going early for weight.
Plenty room past the guard. Don't want to take it back.
Good curl here is going sideways. I don't think line's going to be a problem here. Just maybe overcooked that one a bit early, but still not bad there. Fully forfeit. Still will leave Jens that draw.
Yeah, sweepers jumped on that straight away. They thought it was needing it for weight.
Seems seemed to have good weight on the draw in the 10th, and Jens just over curled, got the guard. So just going to make sure they have enough ice here. But now if they actually over curl, they might have backing almost. The yellow guard definitely shouldn't be in play.
No, Estonia passed it by quite a bit.
Daniela Jens, last stone, extra end. Playing Estonia. Had the draw for the win in the 10. Couldn't make it. Gets a second chance.
So plenty room. It's all about the weight.
This one looking a little bit hot. Will it curl enough? Do they have backing perhaps on this tournament? Ready to sweep behind the tee line to make this slip as far as possible, but it will hang on. And it will be a point for Germany and a win in this extra end. Well, big win, important win for the Germans, as we mentioned. Not only in the run for the playoffs, but qualification for the World Championship. 7-6, the final score. Estonia putting up some good fights here in the A group. So that's wrapping up the session, and we'll see players getting ready for evening practice. Well, we're going to take a look back at the featured game between Scotland and Sweden. Sixth end. Eve Muirhead with a chance to draw and score two.
Make sure, Jen. We're there. Okay.
Very much in control. Dodds and Wright just nursing it into the back of the button. So Scotland ahead by 1. And then Muirhead took the chance to freeze an open stone in the forefoot. Came up shy. Anna Hasselborg peels and sticks the shooter as well to score 4. In the 9th end, Scotland having to draw to score 1, stay in the game. Weight was there, line was not. Crashes on their own red and a steal of 4. And the score line 11-4, a win for Sweden. As Scotland lose their first game of the week. And there we see all the scores again. Sweden with that win over Scotland. Russia with the 7-3 win over Czech Republic. Germany with that extra end win over Estonia. Also Denmark edging out Latvia. And Switzerland picking up another win with 11-3 over Norway. So again, taking a look at the standings, it's getting pretty close in the top here. Russia, Scotland, Switzerland and Sweden sitting at 4 and 1, might be pulling away from the rest of the group. Of course, only 4 spots in the playoffs. And for Czech Republic, Estonia and Latvia at the bottom, they'll be fighting relegation and looking to pick up a few wins to maybe qualify for the World Championship. It's really shaping up here, just about halfway in the round robin. Big win for Sweden this evening. How would you summarize that game?
It was a good game, an even game from the start. We worked our way in the game slowly, and we played really well in the second half and came out with a great win.
Wayne Middaugh seems to offer you some great advice during the timeouts. How is it working with him off the ice?
It's an honor for us. He has a lot of experience, and he's fun to hang around with, and yeah, he knows his part of curling.
It's not your hometown, but how is it to play on home soil in a big championship like this?
This is the best. We have a lot of family and friends here and more coming later this week. And even though this is not our hometown, we feel that we have a lot of support here.
And thank you so much. Congrats, Agnes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching curling here in Helsingborg. Sweden, another day wraps up, but there's lots more this week from the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019.